It's 4:30 in the morning and Adam has to go to the airport in about half an hour. And to save some money, I'm going to drive him.
So I'm going to Adelaide, South Australia for the Amiga Writers Conference. What you doing, Daisy? You don't have to be awake at this hour.
Good morning. Are you awake early too? Yeah. This one wants a pat. She always wants pats on the dining room table first thing in the morning. And she is a pat. And a dip. Look at her. Look at her.
I was actually awake at 4 a.m, but I didn't get back to sleep until my alarm went off at about 4:20. It was going to be a long day.
Ooh, what's Daddy doing? Usually for work, I leave at 6:30. It is now 5. I am going to drive to the airport, which is actually a little bit out of town, which means the roads are probably going to be really quiet.
Amiga Writers is an organisation of Australian and New Zealand Christian writers. I've been involved for a number of years, but this was the first time that I'd actually be making it to the annual conference. I was really excited. I'm in Melbourne. Time for breakfast. Unfortunately, when I double-checked my next flight time, I realised I had to head straight to the gate. Wherever that was. Okay, no time for breakfast. Gotta find my gate. And it's in another terminal, so it's all a bit confusing. I had to go through security again, and when I did, I had to take my shoes off. By the time I got to my gate, they were already flashing the closing sign. I showed them my boarding pass, I ran onto the plane and I sat down, and then I prayed that I was actually on the right plane. It had all been such a rush, I just wasn't sure. I made it. It was the most sparsely populated plane I think I've ever been on. I don't think I've ever had an empty seat next to me, but there are empty seats all over the plane. Anyway, when they announced that we were flying to Adelaide, I was very relieved. I was on my way. Had breakfast, and the last plane hadn't been stopped properly the night before, so I didn't get a snack on the way to Melbourne. But at least on this flight I got a muffin. It was nice. South Australia was very dry, and then suddenly we neared Adelaide, and it just went green. Alright, Adelaide. So now I have 5 hours to kill in the airport. But I can finally get some breakfast.
Daisy, how'd you get up there? Hey? It's a bit high up, isn't it? Seems like a good idea at the time.
Alright, so it's 9:15 local time, and my airport shuttle is picking me up at 2:15, so I've got 5 hours to kill here in this airport. So I've been here about 2 hours so far, and I've just finished outlining episode 6 of Jewel of the Stars, which is really exciting. But it's time to stand up and have a bit of a stretch. I was just starting to fall asleep in my book, sitting there on the bench seat. And then I heard my name. I looked up, and there's my editor, who I'd never met before in person. She was helping to organise us all so that we could catch the bus to the venue. So I've been sitting on the uncomfortable bench seat for hours. If I just walked a little further and looked around the corner, I would have found this nice area with proper tables and chairs. Oops. Anyway, lunchtime. Well, things are going well. I've met up with a couple of other people from the conference. We've got a slowly growing group of people waiting for the bus. Not long now until we take the bus to the conference venue. We've got quite a big group that's all gathered together, and I've got some good writing done today, so that's pretty cool. So happy with that. We'd arrived. The conference was being held at a place called the Monastery.
Okay, that's fine.
I've got a goodie bag. After signing in, I had a little time to look around. The grounds were very peaceful. I spent a bit of time in the inspirational sacred garden. Like all good writing conferences, there was a bookshop. Heaven.
So last I heard, Adam's in Adelaide safe and sound, so that's good. Just dropped the kids at youth, and I'm just walking into the bookshop. So I'm at one of my favourite places in the world, Dan Murphy's. Happy Friday. You can get wine in a can now. Seriously. Well, that's done. A little bit shy about filming in shops. And there's a lady in front of me, she probably thinks I'm really crazy. Anyway, what to do for an hour and 15 minutes. Now I've taken up about half an hour walking around Dan Murphy's. If you've not heard of Dan Murphy's before, it's like this big bottle shop, but it's like a supermarket for alcohol. And they have like soft drinks and water and snacks as well. And yes, guys, it does seem like I talk about it a lot, but I don't drink that much. It's just the opportunity to be able to walk around a shop without people saying, Mom, Mom, Mom. So I'm back from my adventure to the bottle shop. And I have wine in a can. It is so, and it's actually quite pretty. It's got birds on it. So, one way to not have to open up a huge bottle of wine that you're not going to drink on your own because your husband doesn't drink and your kids are underage and doesn't go to waste. So I think that's rather cool.
I've had a great afternoon so far. Met lots of people that I've only ever known online before. Had a look around the bookshop. And now it's time for food. So, really looking forward to that. The food was awesome. Really, really good. So, looking forward to more of that as the weekend goes on. And so, heading out to our first session. It's going to be the keynote speaker, who's a guy from America, and he has done some work for Disney, so he'll be very interesting to listen to. After that, we've got our annual general meeting at 9 o'clock. And I've been up since 4 o'clock, so I'm not feeling tired at the moment, though, so that's good. It was a beautiful night, but my batteries were getting really low. 8:30, just having a drink and then having a meeting, and then the day will be over.
Late night pizza and full house. What are you going to say, Chloe?
Good night, Dad!
That was your children. Good night.
Well, I made it to the end of the day. I've been awake for about 19 hours. I got through the meeting. I didn't fall asleep, so that was really good. So, I made it. I'd been awake since 4 a.m. Tassie time, and it was now about midnight Tassie time. I was really enjoying myself, and it was all totally worth it. But it had been a really long day. But I succeeded. Next time, I'll show you around the monastery and give you a closer look at the venue. I'll see you then.